I've got just a little over 3 weeks to make the knives I need to make for the Louisiana Custom Knife Show. Not very much time, and I haven't made one knife for it. So over the next couple weeks or so, I've got to make the knives and get them ready, sheaths and everything for that show. And that's what this video is going to be about, and probably the next 2. So what I'm going to start with, I've got 2 neck knives that I worked on. I forged them out several videos back. These are made from cable. If you want to see that video on how I easily forge weld cable, I'll leave a link in the description. But these have already been heat treated. All I need to do is hollow grind them. They'll be bead blasted and stone washed, and they'll go into a Kydex sheath. And I can knock these out of the way. I've got some Damascus to make. I've got some monosteel knives I'm gonna try to get done. I mean, there's several knives, but we'll see how this goes. Right now, I'm gonna go ahead and cut the primary bevel on here, which is a bevel down to my scribe lines to set my center mark, and then I will grind the bevels. All right, so I went ahead and hand sanded, etched, cleaned them up, the little neck knives. The etch came out okay. I never really liked the way cable looks anyway. It's not a true etch. What you're getting is a carbon migration etch, because the steel is all the same. You're not going to get a differential etch. So it's just a surface, very surface pattern. You don't etch down in one resist like 1084 and 15N20 does, for example. So, but it still looks pretty cool. These will make you cool little neck knives. I just have to make the sheaths for these. Now what I'm going to do is make some Damascus. I've got a couple project knives I want to make for the show, and I've got a couple bars here, 15N20, 1084. I actually have 2 more, because I'm going to make a bar of twisted W's, and then I'm going to make a feather pattern billet, and then I will be proceeding using that twisted pattern and the feather pattern as part of the project. But first of all, I got to get all this cleaned up. Whether you have to do this or not, it's just who you talk to. I do it because it's quick and easy, and you know, I reduce the risk of having any issues. I like to clean all the bars up at one time instead of cutting them up and cleaning individual pieces. It's quicker for me, and I reduce any rolling edges right on the ends of those small pieces. And whether that matters or not, they're so micro, but all I have to do is just deburr them quickly. So I'm gonna get all of this cleaned up. We're gonna get our stacks prepared, and we'll start forge welding. All right, I've got 2 stacks for my billets here. They're alternating stacks of 1084 and 15N20. This one has 21 layers. This one has 18 layers. In this layer, which is going to be my twist bar, I've got a little lighter core in here. I've got a thick 15N20 layer in there, several pieces. And over here, I've got a dark layer. You can see those, I hope you can, dark purple layers in there, or dark blue. And this will be my feather billet. I'm going to be making a feather billet here, and the twist billet is going to be a part of it. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and get everything welded up, tacked up, and get a handle on this stuff, get it in the forge, and start forge welding. This is a lot of work to do. Several heats, cutting, reheating, re-welding, grinding, cleaning, and community coffee. No, they don't sponsor me. All right, I'm going to let those billets soak in that oil for a couple hours, and then I'll start forge welding them. While I'm waiting for them to soak, I'm going to be making some fillet knives for the show, and I'm gonna make 3, bring 3 with me. But this is 3/32 Procut. This is gonna all be stock removal, and I've already got one cut out here. I modified it a little bit because I want a little bit longer blade, but this is one of my patterns. And I'm just going to clamp it on here, trace it out, nothing to it, cut them out, and I'll have some more of the Procut for some other knives I have in mind. This is high carbon steel, just recently developed, collaboration with Pop's Knife Supply and Larry Thomas. And, you know, because I think it's 0.9 carbon, so ought to be some good steel. I can't wait to try it out, but it heat treats kind of like 1084. Pretty simple, forgiving, all that good stuff. So I'm gonna get those done, get them cut out, and they'll be ready to drill and grind, or drill and heat treat. I'll grind after heat treat. In the last video, I mentioned I was working on these frame locks, and I said I was gonna come back and do the file work on the back, you know, on the back spacer. So I got it done on both of them. If you'd like to see that video, I'll leave a link in the description. But there's the file work, and you know, these came out good. They're all good and tuned. Get my fingers out of the way. The drop point and the clip point. It came out very nice. And but I wanted to show you the file work. It's two-tone anodized. So you got a dark, kind of a purple, and then a bronze where the file work is. It came out looking pretty nice. Oh, the bronze kind of matches the frame. There's some green and bronze in the frames. And of course the back spacer is the same color. I mean, the pocket clip is just like the back spacer as far as color. Anyway, get these done, get them cut out, get them drilled, and I'll get back to forge welding those Damascus billets. All right, got those billets forged out. Right now they're just C's on the end of the bar. They're just those vertical layers been crushed down to make C's. Now I got to cut them up and stack them so I can make W's, what we call W's. And I will do that a couple times on the feather billet, and I'll do it once on the twist billet. I'm not going to have it as a tighter pattern. And I've got the fillet knives all cut out, ready to drill the holes. And I'm out of propane, and I won't be able to get more today. But we're out of time on this video anyway. It'll be another one out next week. We'll pick up where we left off today. I want to thank you for watching. I want to thank my patrons, and we're going to see you on the next one.